Bonjour from France. Today, I am going to be gathering acorns. Apologies for my face. I just rubbed it with aloe, and I'm a little pink. I'm also not wearing makeup again because I'm out in the middle of nowhere. Anyway, as a kid, I had heard that acorns were edible, and I tried to eat them, and it did not go well. I did not try that again. This was kind of pre-internet, so my resources were few. But now that I have access to acorn trees, oaks, and plenty of acorns right now, I'm going to gather them and make a flour and make food. So I'll learn something about oak trees in the process too, because apparently there are over 600 different species. No idea which one this is, but we got nuts, so start there. All the nuts. Okay, we are going to look for whole nuts with no holy nuts. Oh, so many. All right, we're gonna fill that basket. So it's been like 5 minutes. Oh, I got some growing. I'm not sure if I should use those. We'll let them grow. So many. Definitely going to have no problem filling this basket. I actually read online that there's some kind of oak that can drop up to 2,000 pounds of nuts a year. So it's a lot. It's a lot of food for us and the squirrels. Leave some for the squirrels that definitely have a lot left over. I seem to have two different kinds of acorns, two different kinds of oak trees. I'm going to have to look at their leaves. One here. I'm going to try this plant identification app I've got. See if I can learn anything. But see, some of them are round and some of them are elongated. Back inside with my bounty. So I'm going to rinse them off and then figure out how I want to shell them. So I'm sitting here hitting nuts with mallets and then chucking them in here. And I have a long way to go. I had to let this sit for a little while, but what I'm doing is this. I have them all in here and it's turning brown because of the brown part on it. But I was letting that soak and then taking that off and then filling this 1/3 of the way full and then half full with water, and I'm going to blend that up and do that as often as it takes to fill the jar that I've got, half with the blended nuts and half with water, and then it's gonna sit in the fridge overnight while that just fit. So I guess I'll let that sit and settle and see how it separates. I made 2. Now I go in the fridge. Hi guys, it has been an interlude. There's been a gap of a couple days between the last thing you saw and now. I was in France. They instituted a second lockdown. I spent 11 hours in the car getting out of France, and now I'm back in Holland. So I have been doing this every day with my acorn mush, and I will show you what I'm doing. I think you're supposed to do it every 12 hours, but I've been lazy and just doing it once a day. And you do this a couple days until it tastes bland, I guess. I'll give it another day or two. I'll taste it and see how it tastes today. I only have this little strip of cheesecloth to work with right now, so it goes a little slow. What I have to do is take some of the goop out of the jar here, and I put it into the cheesecloth. I'll just do it with 1 spoonful right now. I have a little colander set up here. I learned, do not use a plastic bowl. It will discolor your bowl. So, words of wisdom. So, take this. Do you need to see my face? You'll take as much as you can and squeeze it. And it will become like dry sand. I like to keep it in this little bunch. It's easier to transport. Once you do that to the whole jar, then you put it back in the jar and put more water on it, cover it with water, shake it up, and stick it back in the fridge. So this goes on for a couple days until it tastes decent. Let's see what it tastes like now. Actually, I think that's fine. But we'll do this one more time because I don't know what comes next and I'm not ready. And I want to show you. What I'm doing here. So there's a lot of water in here, and I'll dump it all in when there's less of it. But for now, I will just take some scoops and keep doing this. So we'll figure that out, and eventually I'll get some more cheesecloth, and I'll try to be patient. I'm not gonna sit here and do this for you all evening. I've got 2 jars of it, so that's that. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, so this time I have a larger piece of cheesecloth, and I can hopefully just pour these right in. Wearing an apron this time. Don't forget, it will stain plastic bowls. Don't use them. Might have been too much. Sorry about that. Got interrupted. Okay, so that'll go back in the fridge. And this one, okay, I cannot handle a giant batch of that like that. So do a bit at a time. This batch is not as fine as the other one. The other one I used my friend's Vitamix. This one's gonna end up with some chunks. Maybe I'll have to try to blend it again. The blender here is not as good. All right, back into the jar. All right, so those will go back in the fridge. Okay, time to clean up. And that's all for today. All right, just did the magic bullet, and it's much better. So we'll continue doing that and improve this batch. Oh yes, much better, much finer flour to work with now. Ha ha ha. Today, after I've dried it out, as you saw me doing before, I'm going to spread it on this baking sheet and put it at a low temperature in the oven. Just put it in for an hour and see how it goes. I don't have a dehydrator, and it's not warm and sunny outside, so this will have to be done in the oven carefully. It's like sand. It's great. It's pretty much dried out. I've had it in the fridge for a day or two in the jar, just as this. So now it's time to use my new coffee grinder and flour sifter to make it even finer, just as fine as it can be. See, it's pretty good. Now it's not super chunky, but you know, let me see, there are some chunks. I'm not getting them in the spoon. There's some chunky things it could help me out with. I mean, probably not necessary, but how could I resist? Ooh, okay, let's see. This is what we've got. Pretty nice. And I will just continue doing that for this whole bowl. All right, it's been ground. All the little chunks are gone. Did a good job with that. And now I'm going to put it into the flour sifter. Well, first I'll put it back into the bowl, and then through the flour sifter, and then in this. And then that's it for today. Oh, perfect. Okay, that'll just go right on top of there from Amazon. And I will scoop some of it in there. There. Oh, look at that. It's cute, is it not? I wanted something cute and vintagey. Something that would be a nice permanent addition to my kitchen. Well, I mean, not my kitchen actually, just all my kitchen things. Because it's not my kitchen. I might have been able to just skip this step and go straight to that probably, but I really wanted to use that. So that might have been unnecessary. All the biggest pieces are left in here. I think those are the reject pieces that are not going to get smaller.
Okay, I am ready to bake cookies now. It is about 4 months later, and yeah, I think it's time now. So, found one recipe online that looked good until I noticed it wanted me to put the dough in the freezer for 2 hours and then in the refrigerator overnight, and that's really just not going to happen. So I looked for other recipes and realized that the difference was that the other ones had an egg. And I'm just going to assume that that is the magical ingredient that will allow me to bake cookies without waiting for it overnight. And I'm basically going to wing it. So I'm just going to go off of memory of that recipe and add an egg as well and put it in my preheated oven. And this should be pretty easy, right? And I've got my ingredients here. I've got my acorn flour, which has been sitting in the refrigerator for 4 months. Eggs from chickens outside. Yes. Oh, look, we got little peeps in here. Just pick one. They're kind of small. I guess I'll just do one. I was thinking, should I do 2? I'll just do 1. I don't know. Got some sugar. This looks really cool. It is red ape, more forest, more taste, organic. I love buying things that do good for the environment, you know. And I'm just gonna assume that they're truthful here. The Arenga sugar palm and the orangutan share one love, the tropical rainforest. Arenga farmers leave the forest intact and shield it from palm oil companies. Red ape also helps communities to restore forests. 6 palms provides enough income for one family while creating a new habitat for our red ape. So, had to support that, right? Organic flour. Trader Joe's pure bourbon vanilla extract. No, there isn't a Trader Joe's around here. This was important enough for me to bring from the US. So, I mean, why waste? Why waste it? I was going to use it 2 years later. And, some salt and unsalted butter. I think that's about it. And I couldn't resist. It's not organic. It's like pure sugar probably, but these little decorations, they were really cute. They're seahorses and seashells and little silver balls, and we're gonna put some of those on some of the cookies. Not all the cookies, because I'm the only girl in this house, so I'm probably the only one who appreciates cute sprinkles. So I guess what I'm going to do is mix the butter and egg, is that all, in one bowl, and then my sugars and flour in another bowl, and then mix them all together and make little cookie things. And I'm going to cut them out into kind of small cookies with this little glass. I'm going to stick them in the oven. So this shouldn't take too long, right? Okay, so I'm going to get mixing, and maybe I'll like bring you closer or something. It's just, you're so far away. Just like come a little closer, just so you can see better. I don't know. I can't see. On second thought, that's too difficult to bring you closer. I gotta recruit a cameraman. So here we go. So the recipe said like 2 sticks of unsalted butter. This is about 2 sticks. I did the math online. I am not going to be too exact right now. I feel like I might have to soften it. I'm not very good at mixing up hard butter, but if we make it in small enough pieces, it should work. On second thought, I think I'm going to soften it up if this bowl fits in the microwave. while I'm at it, let me talk about a couple videos that I want to make. I want to make a video about Audrey Hepburn's Roman holiday makeup. I found instructions at the Margaret Herrick Library in Los Angeles a long time ago, and I'm all prepared to make this video. You're going to get it no matter what. But I want to follow the instructions for the makeup and see what it looks like. So let me know if that's interesting to you. If not, just skip that video because I will do it anyway because I bought the makeup. I'm just gonna like melt this a little bit and I'll be right back. It's a little better. Okay, then we put an egg in there. Is there something else I put in that one? Maybe, I don't know. It's all going together anyway. I'm not really good at that. I don't think that's gonna work. We'll just use the fork. Maybe I should use a blender or something. I'll have to mix it together with my hands anyway, right? Oh, I think I should have put some of that in. Do that. It's supposed to be a cup of flour and a cup of the acorn flour for what I'm doing. Oh, so excited. Acorn flour. Sorry. Yeah, I can't wait. Like, I want a kitchen with an island so I can just cook right there. I can just cook and look at you and you can see what I'm doing. I mean, maybe if I put the camera like outside the window, we could do it that way. I guess that's not impossible. Well, that certainly looks like enough. It's got an interesting smell. That was so much easier than the butter. And now I have to put them together. Oh, with a little salt. A dash of salt. We're gonna just do a little at a time. My hands might get involved here. Okay, well, it's not all mixing together yet. Definitely gonna have to use the hands. Is that clean enough? Maybe if I get it out and like knead it. Was that a good idea? We don't know. I'm making a mess. Oh. Cool. I really don't know how sticky this is supposed to be. You know what? I don't think I'm going to be able to cut it with that glass. I think we're just going to make little balls. So make a little ball. Put it there. Do you put sprinkles on like when you cook it or after? That's all I can fit on there anyway. So I'm gonna clean my hands and then turn the oven back on. That's actually good. Okay. So I already preheated the oven, although it probably needs to heat up again a little bit. I'm supposed to put it at 350 according to one recipe, which is about 177 Celsius here in the Netherlands. So I'm gonna turn that on. It's gonna be noisy. Put the cookies in, and in 25 minutes or so, I'll take it out. But for you, it will be about 5 seconds from now. So stick around. And here we are. So yeah, they spread out a little bit. I don't quite like how they're like little hills, but hopefully they taste good. I think I have to let them cool before taking them off the tray. But once they're cool, we're gonna give them a try. Well, I mean, could be worse, and I didn't burn them, so I hope they're thoroughly cooked. We will get back to this in a minute when they're cool. Okay, so it's been a couple minutes. Yeah, not too long. I can't wait. They're warm cookies are great, and they slid right off the paper, and they're a little fragile around the edges. But this is what they look like, and I put some decoration on 2 of them. I left one over there. That's the one I'm going to eat right now. They won't stick without like frosting, but I'm not going to do that. So, but yeah, it's probably better without the seahorses. But you know, okay. Let's see what acorn cookies taste like. Yeah, it's really light and crispy, and it's not a hard cookie. How do I describe this? It's really good. Flaky, buttery. My cat is about to jump up my leg. I kind of don't want to share them. I can make so many more. These are so good. I'm so glad I know where to get acorns now. I see them everywhere. Now that I know you can make flour, I just keep looking at the ground and thinking everyone is wasting these wonderful acorns. But now I really feel like everyone is wasting these wonderful acorns because this is really good. To be honest, I was not expecting that. I thought I would end up with a pretty hard, bland cookie. But wow. Okay, I'm gonna try not to have I'm gonna share them first. Yes. Okay, so I guess that's the end of the video, and I think someone just pulled up and I need to go. So, thanks for joining me. Let me know if you make anything out of your acorns, have any other recipes. I did see one for bread, I think, but boy, I am loving these cookies. Shoot, it's gonna be a new little sweets addiction for me. Okay, see you later.